Right, let's take you straight back to the High Court in Durban, which has just now dismissed the ANC's trademark case against the MK party. Ziyanda and Ngcobo is there live now. Ziyanda, good morning. I'm sure there's lots of jubilation and reaction. Tell us all about it.
Thank you so much for your time. Let's give us your name.
That's right, Iman. It's the third defeat for the African National Congress, this time with regards to the trade infringement case that they brought against the Ngcobo party. Lots of celebration here from the MK party members. In fact, some of them saying that this is a sign that come the 29th of May, there'll be an even bigger celebration. Iman, let's bring in the man, who actually registered the Ngcobo party, Jabulani Khumalo. He's flanked by former President Jacob Zuma, his daughter Duduzile. Let's talk about the importance of winning this case. Many would say the odds were stacked.
For us, this win shows the whole world that the ANC has been trying. They had no facts, and they knew that we are going to win the elections. So they're doing this in order to stop us, but they can't stop us. So we will always win.
Where to from here? From
here down to the ground, to our forces, to campaign for the two-thirds majority on the 29th.
Let's bring in Duduzile Zuma. There's been a lot of talk around your father and as well in the way in which you've used social media to campaign for the Ngcobo party. Of course, the courts have now determined that you can use this logo going forward as a part of your campaign process. What does this mean for you?
It just means exactly that people know that they must just look for the Ngcobo on the 29th of May and put the X there. And also we want to remind everyone that they lost with costs.
And as you stand here, your father's not here, of course. So what do you think he would be telling those supporters who've come out to support Ngcobo party? It's the third victory that you've had in so many weeks.
We are still going to be driving towards the two-thirds majority and the Muscat voting numbers.
All right, that's Duduzile Zuma, the daughter of former President Jacob Zuma, as well as Jabulani Khumalo. He, of course, is the man who registered the party, and perhaps many would say at the time it didn't seem like there was anything behind it until former President Jacob Zuma then threw his weight behind this newly formed Ngcobo party. It was the 7th of September that it was registered. They lost that case as well, the ANC that is, to have the party deregistered, and now they've just won that infringement case. What's left now is for the Apex Court, the Constitutional Court, to hear whether or not then the former president can form part of that parliamentary list. But certainly these rallies we've seen, Iman, have been used as a campaign tool for the MK party as they continue to win in the courts. I wonder then if the judiciary is no longer captured, as we've once heard, some of the members of MK saying before, but now that they are on a winning streak, whether or not that hasn't changed.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that tongue-in-cheek, and it comes on the back of criticisms for some legal decisions and whether there's inherent bias. It's a big and legacy topic here in South Africa, the independence of the judiciary. So you've spoken to reaction, of course, Jabulani Khumalo, the founder of MK. We heard a few days ago from the IEC that, in fact, Jacob Zuma is the official leader of the party. It's his face that will be on the ballot. You spoke to Duduzile Zuma, as you also said in your question to her, someone who's been a vociferous campaigner for her father, and her, noting the fact that this judgment went their way, including having been dismissed with cost. This is going to be a real blow for the ANC. This is not looking good for them. Ziyanda, and you've covered a number of these, events where the two parties are pitted against each other. Anyone from the ANC in court today? Anything planned for outside court?
No one here from the ANC has been spotted. Perhaps maybe they're somewhere else in another precinct, but where I'm standing, we haven't spotted a single person from the ANC, not even the provincial leadership in the form of Siboniso Duma or Begimtolo, the provincial secretary. It's also very interesting that this very weekend that we've just come from, President Cyril Ramaphosa was campaigning in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We understand that he's still somewhere in KwaZulu-Natal, and And so, as you've mentioned, the ANC and MK party pitted against each other, and the MK continuously winning. And so, it's a message that is being sent, especially because one is aware that at some stage the ANC was advised against, and they've been criticized against, taking the MK party to court, precisely because it has actually given the MK party not only a platform but also momentum ahead of the May 29th polls. And many would even say it's even a psychological kind of warfare, if you could say, that it's ingraining in the minds of and hearts of South Africans that the MK party is here, and that they also have prospects of success, albeit in the courts for now.
Ziyanda, I see Dali Mpofu right there on your right shoulder, and I'm not sure if you can grab him quickly. We saw him quite, seemingly quite buoyant ahead of this in court when we were looking at what was going on in court ahead of this judgment. And I'm sure that he's, riding the high of another legal win.
Not only a victory for MKs or its members.
Yeah, let's try and grab him. Of course, advocates don't usually speak on matters. I don't know if today will be any different, Dali Mpofu. Another victory for your client, but certainly a case that many would say was very technical going into it.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to comment as advocates, but seemingly the clients are very happy. So you can talk to the clients or to the attorneys.
All right, a predictable answer there, Iman. As I said, advocates don't usually make comments on the matter. They leave that to the attorney. But certainly his clients are happy. They've been happy at least 3 times now, starting from the deregistration case when it was heard in the electoral court sitting in Bloemfontein, moving up to the issue of the former president being on the ballot, and today the infringement case we're here in Durban.
Ziyanda, thank you very much. Ziyanda Ngcobo outside court, the High Court in Durban, delivering this judgment in favor of the MK party being dismissed. Well, of course, the application was brought by the ANC around this trademark infringement claim that they've been making. That matter dismissed with cost.